Hello students, today we'll start chapter 3D, Newton's third law of motion. So as you can see, Newton's third law, action and reaction. Today we'll start with this, and according to him, Newton's third law states that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. One thing, just keep it in your mind that the action and reaction never acts on the same body, but they always act simultaneously on two different bodies. The force of interaction are always present in pair. Action on one body and reaction on another body, and they are opposite in direction with each other. Now we'll start this with few examples. Pushing a wall or pushing a door, as you can see in this diagram, the pushing a door or pushing a wall. When you exert a force, that is the action on a wall by pushing the palm of our hand against it. So here you can see as the boy and the girl, they are pushing the door. That is the action. Now your hand experience and a reaction force exerted by the wall or by the door on your palm. That is the reaction. So my force on the door is equal to the door's force on me. Hence action and reaction are equal to each other. Magnitude is equal but direction is opposite. With one more example, catching a ball. While catching a ball, the ball exerts a force on the palm of the cricketer. That is action, and the cricketer exerts an equal and opposite reaction on the ball to stop it. That is the reaction. See, these two forces are equal in magnitude, hence we represent it like this. F12 or FAB, the force exerted by an object on the object B. So F12 is equal to minus F21. Here negative sign indicates that these two forces are equal in magnitude, but the direction of these two forces are opposite to each other. Okay, with few more example. Here is an example of that is firing a bullet from a gun. So this is, you can see the direction of the bullet, and this is that is the action, and the reaction just opposite to the direction of the action. When a man fires a bullet from a gun, a force F is exerted on the bullet. That is the action. This is the force F, and this is the action. And a gun experience equal recoil, as shown in figure. As you can see, this gun experience equal recoil, that is the reaction. So these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. With one more example, the rocket motion. In a rocket, fuel is burnt inside the rocket, and the burnt gases at high pressure and high temperature are expelled out of the rocket through a nozzle. Thus, the rocket exerts a force F on the gases to expel them from the nozzle backwards. That is the action, and the outgoing gases exerts an equal and opposite reaction on the rocket, due to which it moves in the forward direction, and that is the reaction. So these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in directions, and action and reactions are always equal and opposite to each other. So with this, we'll move to the next topic, that is universal law of gravitation. Each mass particle of the universe attracts the other mass particle. This was statement while watching Newton has given, and after that converted a law and made it as universal law. The force of attraction between these two particles because of their masses is called gravitational force of attraction. Sir Isaac Newton gave a law known as Newton's law of gravitation. The famous story related to this law only, that apple story, we all are familiar with Newton's story. Here we consider two bodies of mass m1 and m2 separated by a distance r. Now, according to this law, it states that force is directly proportional to product of their masses. So we have just considered m1 as the mass of this heavenly body and m2 is the mass of this heavenly body. So it is the product of m1 and m2. Now, the next step he is telling that force is inversely proportional to the distance between them. Here we have considered the distance as r, so it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, that is 1 by r square. This is called inversely proportional. Directly proportional m1 into m2, inversely proportional 1 by r square. So when we combine these two equations, we are getting f is proportional to m1 into m2 by r square. Now this proportionality sign is removed by a constant always, and here in the universal law of gravitation, the constant is capital G and is called universal gravitational constant. Here the constant is capital G and is called universal gravitational constant. Its value is fixed 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter per kg. Newton meter square per kg. Its value is fixed. So this statement converted to this formula, that is f is equal to g m1 into m2 by r square. From this formula we have to calculate so many numericals. Now you know that this value is fixed. You can calculate the unit of g also. Just try to do by your own. The unit of g is Newton meter square per kg square. Just put all the things on one side, hence we will get that z is equal to f into r square by m1 into m2. Substitute their units. It will be Newton for force, meter square for both the distance r into r, and kg square for mass. Hence the unit of g is Newton meter square per kg square. Its value is fixed 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. This is capital G called universal gravitational constant. Now there is a doubt between capital G and small g, and we have a very important question regarding this relation between small g and capital G. Now how to calculate this relation? Just now we are getting this formula that f is equal to g m1 into m2 by r square. Mark is as equation number 1. Now you also know that force is equal to m into g, where small g is here and small g is acceleration due to gravity. Mark this equation also as equation number 2. Now compare this, since these two are the force, so compare these two equations. While equating we get mg is equal to gm into m by r square. We have just mentioned here capital M E, that is the mass of the earth. So small m and small m cancel each other, mass of the object, and hence we get the relation between small g and capital G, that is small g acceleration due to gravity is equal to gme by r square. Here g is universal gravitational constant. This relation so many times they ask in exam. So this is the relation between both the g's, acceleration due to gravity and universal gravitational constant. While substituting the values of the mass of the earth and the radius of the earth and universal gravitational constant, we can calculate the value of small g also. Just substitute the values. Mass of the earth 6 into 10 to the power 24, a round figure. Radius 6.37 into 10 to the power 6, square it. When we substitute it, you get the value as 9.8 meter per second square. These two small g and capital G always confused us. So with this diagram it is very much clear. Small g, the gravity is the earth's gravitational pull of the body lying on near the surface of earth, and gravitation, it is the force of attraction acting between any two bodies of the universe. Force of attraction between any two bodies, and here it's the earth's gravitation. Now, just to clear your doubts more, just I have brought up in a format this difference. This small g and capital G. Capital G, universal gravitational constant. Small g, acceleration due to gravity. Its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, which is fixed throughout the universe. And the approx value of small g, that is acceleration due to gravity, is 9.8 meter per second square. And its value varies from one place to the another on the earth when we go up to high rise, that is mountains. And here it's like this, the value when height changes, the value of g also changes. It is constant throughout the universe. It changes every place on the planet, that is on the moon the value of g is 1/6 of that of the earth's surface. This also you can calculate by substituting the value of mass of the earth and mass of the moon and the distance between these two. We have there, this example is also there in the book, you can calculate. It is 1/6 on the surface of earth, 1/6 on the surface of moon, sorry. Hence small g and capital G have their own values, units. Don't write or mix match each other. Gravitational, universal gravitational constant is the force of attraction acting between any two bodies on the of the universe, and gravity is the earth's gravitational pull on a body lying near the surface of the earth. Thank you.